just flow. Amy, Jamie's on this run the show. No pressure, just profits. Yo, ninja touch, we get rid of it. Gain confidence for your benefits. Creativity is key, let's work to it. Plus we got free prizes every week. Honey there, we got the help if you need it. The honey there, check in with us. The honey there, check in with us. The honey there, check in with us. Honey, 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 honey there, yeah.
Hello, 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 hello.
We could give away prizes on this live.
I know. I was just thinking that, looking at the the intro video, where we would. This was originally created for us when we were doing the prize giveaway show, and we can do deals. Prize. We do have deals, and we give away information that supports a lot of you in achieving a little more success than where you were before hanging out with us. And that's what we want for everyone. Is we have a lot of experience and knowledge in various different fields, and we want to share that depending on where you're at, so you can have more of that success for yourself. And that success can vary depending on what it is that you actually want from life.
Yep.
And one of my favorite topics of all time is something that's hugely powerful, beneficial, and all the successful people haven't or want more of it. And that is the ability to connect with people and for them to feel ingratiated and happy that you're in their environment. And that's done with humor. Now, humor was something that I used a lot in my past. I didn't realize how impactful and powerful it was until I really got in-depth studying human behavior with Amy many years ago. And the power of humor to help you in your business, to help you in your speaking, your marketing, everything. Humor is one of the key elements that can support your goal, support your success of where you want to go. Humor makes you memorable, and we all know social media is one of the ways that most people are now looking at the advertising. Mainstream advertising is not as much. I'm not sure if you still get a bunch of mail, which we call junk mail. That's how much we like it in your letterbox. But most of that just goes recycle, 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 recycle. Oh, that's a letter. Recycle, recycle. Oh, that's a letter. I don't even read it. I flip through it. I asked the post office not to send to me. Unfortunately, they cannot because they're in contracts and deals for this. They sell that marketing to local businesses and stores to drop it in. I'd say save the trees. Stop sending it to me. But they're not. So that's old marketing. New marketing has moved to social media, and social media is quick attention, quick attention, quick attention. And I can talk a little bit more about attention span, because it's not that our attention span has gotten shorter. It's our desire for novelty and focus that has become quicker. So if your social media post or your piece of information is deemed uninteresting, flips, you quickly move on to the next. So it's not that we have grown into an attention deficit. There's a neurologist, Amy, what's the word? Neurologist, thank you. That was a close one. There was a neurologist that was talking about that's not the case. The brain, the human brain, is evolving based on how we use it. And it does.
Just like we have evolved for millions and millions of years. You know, we've evolved over time, and you are 100% here because somebody paid attention and paid focus. And focus these days is your currency. So it's very difficult to get people's attention and get people's focus because we're literally bombarded with ads. So consumers have gotten smarter. And it's not that we've lost attention. We've just gotten smarter, and we've gotten pickier with what we're choosing to pay
exactly
attention.
It's not harder for us to focus. It's just that we're more we've got so much stuff being bombarded in front of our senses that we're very picky, as Amy says. The brain has learned to tune out stuff that doesn't seem interesting. And I'm not sure if you're aware of this, there's an increase of stress in the marketplace. And the opposite to stress is laughter, humor, joy. So if you're taking I need to take a break. I can't work on anything anymore. And you're scrolling through any of your social media feeds, you're not interested in anything that looks like work. You're interested in something that looks different, something that looks fun, something that will give you an uplifting emotion. And so your marketing and your media and your communication has to relate back to that. And the biggest way, that's the most powerful way, is with humor. Some of the most popular ads
Are
great
funny.
Super Bowl. Who's heard of the Super Bowl?
You know, it's super funny. Like, I'm not really into the Super Bowl. I'm not into sports, but Jenny, who's on here right now, what we do is she messages me when the halftime's about to start so that I can jump on and watch the ads, because I want to see the ads. They're fantastic, right? There's some of the best. And then I'll jump on and I'll watch the Super Bowl halftime. I'll watch the ads with you. Hello. Welcome. How are you? Glad you're here. Yeah. So the ads are super important. Those Super Bowl ads, and notice that they're paying a high price for those ads, and almost every single ad on the Super Bowl is funny.
Yeah,
because they want to get the most impact for the dollars that they're spending, because that is not a cheap ad run.
That's right. That's one of the most expensive ad runs is the Super Bowl. 30 seconds can cost you millions upon $500 million for a 30-second spot.
It better hit.
You have
millions of dollars.
Geniuses that are helping you work out which is the best way to get your message across in the shortest amount of time that is memorable. And as Amy said, most of those commercials are humorous. So that's the emotional.
They're humorous or heartfelt or both.
It's so emotional impact. Yeah. And typically the most powerful emotional impact is with humor. There can be some that are not humorous, but if you look at the percentages, over 50% are. So that's a good sign. We call that a huge sign right there.
Or a clue. We call that a clue in the business world. That's a clue. Look at what other people are doing, and how are they doing it, and how are they doing their ads and their marketing, and are you doing that, and is your marketing and messaging the same across all of your platforms? Are you getting a bunch of saturation out there, and are you adding humor into it? Another really great thing about humor is it literally enhances relationships. Humor is a great icebreaker. It's a fantastic icebreaker. It helps build rapport with clients, and it strengthens team bonds. So you can foster a real sense of community and collaboration with humor. And humor also reduces stress. So laughter is a natural stress reliever. So in a business setting, it can help diffuse tension in the room. It can make challenges more manageable, and it promotes a much healthier workplace. I mean, guys, we're going to go through it anyway. We might as well have fun doing it, right?
Mm-hmm. And just in line with that, when I've worked with businesses and brought humorous communication in a productive way into the workplace through some of the creative and imaginative brain entrainment exercises that I coach people through in big businesses too, and all scopes. It doesn't just have to be a happy business. I've done it for extended life care, hospice. Yeah. So it works in all environments.
It really needed to laugh.
Yeah. And so like Amy was saying, it's really good for relationships and communication and tension. So the best thing to do next time you're in an argument with your spouse, just point and laugh. I mean,
the other thing about marketing and laughter and humor is that whether it's a marketing campaign or a sales pitch, humor grabs attention. So it can make your message more memorable, and then that can increase your engagement levels significantly across social media. And it also encourages out-of-the-box thinking. So humor encourages that. It helps you to really think differently about a situation. So it creates an open, playful environment where creativity can flourish and it leads to innovative solutions and ideas. Because like when we're stuck and we're like having issues at work or issues in the business place, if we can bring in that innovation and creativity, it's so powerful. I remember there was a company that we worked with, and they did not really encourage innovation or ideas, and they would slam down every idea, like every single time. But then they had us get together in this big mansion, and they said, okay, we're doing a team thing. They brought us together in this mansion, and they said, okay, all ideas, now's the time, give all your ideas as crazy as they want, because it was just like a brainstorm. And it was like, it was amazing, the ideas that came out of it when they opened that up and allowed us to do that. It changed the whole trajectory of that business momentarily, until the owner came in and messed it up. But that was another story. Anyway, Jenny says, I work in a very stressful atmosphere in a state mental hospital. We often say that if you can't laugh, you cannot do this job. Yeah, like it's funny because it's almost that, it's somewhat that dark humor. I find it amongst like EMTs and doctors and like police officers, especially highway patrol. They have a bit of a dark humor too, because they have to, like they're dealing with such serious stuff on a daily basis. They see some horrible things. They have to be able to just let it loose from time to time. They've got to release it. It can be a release too, a pressure release.
Laughter is really good for the releasing of pent-up emotion and energy in the body. There's a lot of healing aspects that take place chemically in the body and in your brain, which of course communicates through to every cell in your body. That laughing, just laughing, and when you have a group that laughs together, even better. So being able to look at something and go, I can take this all completely seriously, and also here's a funny side about it. Or there's always room for humor within your brain, and to be sharing at some point, not necessarily in the moment. It's not about laughing the whole way through an operation, yet you can acknowledge a moment that was humorous or awkward and laugh it off rather than hold it in as an emotional regret. So humor, very, very, very powerful in all aspects of life. Hey, Jenny Cohen said, she said, yes, humor helped a lot when I was an occupational therapist working in pediatrics, cardiac rehab, and general rehab.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. And then also the other thing that humor does is it increases your retention. And that's because humorous content is more likely to be remembered.
Yep.
So this can be especially beneficial in training sessions, presentations, or making key information more digestible and more retainable. And if you remember back to like school, like if you think about high school or whatever, or college, remember the teachers that you really, really loved? I'm guessing they were funny because you remembered them, you loved them, and you looked forward to their classes because they taught you in a different way than just the regular way that most people do it.
And when you're teaching something, adding humor, such for example, as a speaker, you're educating people on why whatever it is that you're choosing to sell is beneficial to them. There is a process of coaching that takes place, educating, teaching. When you can add humor, you actually open up the recipient's brain to be more accessible and for them to be able to have more imagination. And you want them to have imagination because you want them to be able to imagine using your product or service to achieve the outcome that the picture you've painted. You want them to be able to clearly imagine their better life because of your product or service. So humor helps them to be able to have more imagination and more creativity in their thinking and to be more open and accepting for problem solving. This is highly beneficial in workplaces as well. Now,
yeah, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I often get asked about what kind of humor, because as we know, there's many different kinds of humor out there. And when you're talking in a public arena, remember, it's not a couple of friends hanging out by the Barbie grill saying whatever words they wish and choose. Remember to keep it clean. Clean humor is always accepted by everyone. Now, if there is an environment, and I've learned this from being in front of live audiences, where that environment encourages a little bit more of the risque humor, the trick is you don't say it. You let them say it in their head. And then, for example, innuendo, and then you use juxtaposition to create them go, oh, what did you just say? I'm like, I'm talking about a koala bear. What did you think I meant by you got a bear at all? You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. Then they go, they go, ah. So that's how you can do that kind of humor in a way that's socially acceptable, only if your group or your environment that you're speaking to is that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
Sherry says that when I worked with Jamie Honey some time back, I was able to laugh at myself, yay, and retained what he taught me. Thanks, Jamie. You're all a great teacher. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Super excited that you're here with us. Much love. Oh, I wonder if my thing's... It is. Yeah. It is great working with people, and a lot of you folks out here are coaches that have learned how to sell from stage so as you can get more clients, so you can help them. I think the more people we can help, the world is a better place. And that's part of the three things that Amy and I truly believe that.
Yeah, we really believe that we can make the world a better place just by smiling at a stranger, just by you just don't know what people are going through. And it's a very simple thing. One of our clients previously, he used to always say it. He would say, get them laughing. And once they're laughing, then you can throw in the nuggets of information. Because when their mouths are open, you can throw the nuggets in to teach them. It's so much easier to teach somebody when you can get them laughing, because they're going to retain that information. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So again, just going over all of those benefits around laughter, just the ones we went over was enhancing relationships, reducing stress, improving engagement, boosting creativity, increasing your retention, and enhancing customer experience. So just a touch of humor can make interactions with your business so much more enjoyable, leading to a higher customer satisfaction and loyalty. People will be more loyal. Go ahead, Jamie.
And there's something that you can do as a speaker is sharing an embarrassing moment. We've all had embarrassing moments. And so when you can tell your embarrassing moment in a funny way, structure the story out so that it has humor involved in it, two things take place. One, the embarrassing moment creates a stronger connection. Connection is the first phase of any sales process. Connect, coach, close. So connection, sharing an embarrassing story. Everybody's had an embarrassing story, so they know how you feel. And if they know how they feel, you are feeling together. You're energetic, connected on a feeling way, which is highly beneficial because we all buy through emotion first, justify with logic second. So first of all, sharing an embarrassing story creates that feeling connection. Then secondly, saying that embarrassing story in a humorous way creates laughter. Now they have a positive connection, a joy, endorphin, serotonin, dopamine connected to the feeling connection of you. So that's a very powerful way to quickly get a large audience of people behind you and supporting you emotionally.
So what I'm hearing is that you want to tell us an embarrassing story.
Oh, I've got a lot of embarrassing stories. This one embarrassing story about Amy, it was pretty funny. She was, you didn't specify that it had to be about me.
Oh, cool. When my wife was battling cancer, there was a 6-person improv comedy troupe that went to several local hospitals. 2 of the 6 chemo comedians had battled cancer too. Oh, that's beautiful.
That is awesome. I did a lot of comedy in the hospitals for the Children's Hospital when I worked in Australia, when I worked for Warner Brothers Movie World. There was opportunity there to go and do children's hospitals. And I also did that when I was on tour as Beetlejuice and Captain Feathersword. I know Captain Feathersword speaks for itself, really. But I would do radio early in the morning and then swing by a children's hospital and just as a character getting in there. And that's one of the things I loved about Johnny Depp. He went to the Children's Hospital in Australia too while they were shooting Pirates of the Caribbean.
Did he?
In full costume and everything, yeah. A
Aww.
number of my friends were stunt actors working on that film. So
Working on that film? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I love to hear stories like that. It's
Yeah.
like it's such a simple thing to make someone else's day. And if you could do it, man. Just do it. It doesn't take a lot. It's just thinking about somebody else, you know? It's as simple as that.
And because Amy and I know the value of humor, we've used it repeatedly over the last decade plus, to the point that our objective when we meet someone new in a business situation or a transactional situation, our first goal is, can we make them smile? We're not focused on how do I look, how do I feel, do I seem professional, do they want to buy my services? It's like, can we make them smile? And because we've approached it like that, we have been upgraded on flights, upgraded in hotels, gotten free meals. I often get a free dessert, often at a restaurant, because using humor to connect, people just feel ingratiated, and that's part of the art of influence of
that was super
reciprocity.
That was super funny because we were with my daughter and her boyfriend, and we went to a steakhouse, and it's like an all you can eat. And Jamie was just connecting. He wasn't even trying. He was just doing his normal thing. He just connected with the waitress, and she ended up bringing him this special dessert and some extra special condensed milk. And she goes, this is how the cooks like it. We don't do this for everybody, but here you go. And my daughter was like, I've been here a million times. Her boyfriend was like, they've never given me that. I've ordered this. I've been here a million times, and they've never.
They're like, we've spent thousands here because it was a higher class restaurant. We've spent thousands. You come in here once.
But it's like, it literally is. And when you go in with this different attitude around what you're doing, I call it positioning. And every single person needs it, whether you're sales, whether you're the speaker from the front of the room, you need a position that you are in. You know, so your positioning can be different. Hi, hello, guys. I see you guys all coming in. I share scripture with some of my clients. Example, a merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. Oh, so true. Awesome.
Wow.
I love
That's like the Irish proverb. A good laugh and a good sleep can heal most remedies.
Can
cure most that ails you. Something like that.
Yeah, cure most.
Good laugh and a good sleep. I'm up for that. Daily.
I'm always up for that. So awesome, guys. Thanks so much for spending the time with us. We always appreciate it. We love you guys. If you guys are interested in having a deeper conversation about working with Jace Souter, who teaches all of this, Jace Souter is an amazing guy. He's awesome dude. Let me go. I gotta go pull it up. Sorry. But if you guys want to work closer with him, he teaches all of this. You get a little bit more access to us, and we can have a deep dive. We can have a conversation. Basically, just jump on our calendar, and I'll grab the calendar link for you in a minute here. Jump on our calendar. We can deep dive, take a look at your business. One of my superpowers is seeing where people are leaking money out of their business. I can see it super fast. So it grinds on me on the companies that I'm working with. I'm like, you guys are losing money. But I can look at your business and see where you might be losing money and do a little bit deep dive and do like a bit of a makeover on your business.
What you got going on?
Sherry says, I love Jace Souter. Yeah. So here's the booking link. Feel free to jump on our calendar, and we would love to just chat with you, see what's going on, see where your business is at, see how we can help you a little bit more. So Jamie, what should they
accounted for? What should they remember? Remember, folks, everybody is going through a struggle. There's unseen struggles that everyone is carrying, and there's something that you can do that's highly beneficial to you and to them. And that is quite simple. We've talked about it today. Share a smile. So when you're out and about, remember to smile at a stranger. And if you're adventurous, give them a little wink.
1, 2, 3, 4, money there. No fuss, just flow. Aim at Jamie's Hunters run the show. No pressure, just profits. Yo, ninja touch, we get rid of it. Gain confidence for your benefits. Creativity is key, let's work to it. Plus we got free prizes every week. Honey there, we got the help if you need it. The Honey there, check in with